Good evening, everyone. Is my voice audible? Online students, is my voice audible? Online students, is my voice audible? Yes, perfect. So today morning we had doubts clarification for online students also. So we are good to go now. Today morning I have given a requirement. Write a Java method. Write a Java method which will take two person objects as input. Okay, then next one, write a Java method which will give three person objects as output. Yes, one method should give two person objects as input. One method should give two person objects as output. So with this, I hope you got the clarity how to write a method, how to take a method parameter, how to take a method return type. When we need to take method parameter, guys, what is the reason of taking a parameter for the method? If you want to supply some input for a method, then you need to go for parameter. Then when you need to go for return type, if you want to provide some output from the method, then you need to go for return type. Now, can you write one method? Take ID as a input. I'm giving the another scenario. I'm giving the yesterday. Have you done this one? Write a Java method which will return cricket player data based on the player number. So what you need to do here for this method? You need to take player as a return type and get rm1 any method integer id player m1 integer id. So how to write the logic? If id equals to if id equals to 7, then what I need to do? I need to return set Dhoni data. Got it? Set Dhoni data. Else if id equal to 18, else if id equal to 18, then what we need to do? Set Kohli data. Set Kohli data. One more player available. Else if id is equal to 45, if id is equals to 45, then what we need to do? Set Rohit Sharma data. Set Rohit Sharma data. Finally, what I need to do? Return player object. Return player object. Here I am going to create player P is equal to new player. So this is the method we are writing. Player M1. What is M1? M1 is a name of the method. Method name can be anything. Method name can be anything. What is the return type? Return type is a player. What is the parameter? Integer id. If id equal to 7, set Dhoni data. Else if id equal to 18, set Kohli data. Else if id is equal to 45, set Rohit Sharma data. Then return player object. Okay, let us see here. Yes. So this is my IDE. First, I need to take a player class to represent player data. Class player. Inside the player, integer ID, string name, integer age. So can I call it as a player class? Yes, player class is available. Now here I'm taking one more class called driver. So taking the driver class is optional. Na? You can take only one class or you can take the two classes also. I'm taking a driver class. Inside the driver class, I'm writing void m1. If I take void, what will happen? No return type. But actually I need to return player. I want to return the same player. Based on the input, I need to give the output. Based on the input, I need to give the output. So what is the input? Integer ID. Now I have given the requirement. If ID is 7, Dhoni. If ID is 18, Kohli. If ID is 45, Rohit Sharma. Okay. Now first I am going to create one player object. Player P is equal to new player. Finally, what I need to return? Player only. So is it valid syntactically? Syntactically it is valid. I am writing a M1 method which is taking ID as a parameter and it is returning player as a output. Player P is equal to new player. I am returning the player. Here I need to write my logic. I need to write my logic. What is the logic? Based on the ID, I need to set it. If ID equal to 7, some data. Else if ID equal to 18, some data. Else if ID equal to 45, then some data. So this is my requirement. If ID is 7, return the Dhoni data. Here already player is available with some properties. For that player, we need to set the data. Player P is equal to new player. If ID is equal to 7, what I'm going to do? P dot ID. P dot ID is equal to 7. P dot name is equal to Dhoni. P dot name is equal to Dhoni. P dot age is equal to 40, something like this. Is it valid? Now, if ID equal to 18, P dot ID equal to 18. P dot name is equal to Kohli. Then P dot age is equal to some 34. Something like this. Okay. Next one, 45. 45 means P dot ID is equal to 45. P dot name is equal to Rohit. Then P dot age is equal to 38. Something like this. Is this correct now? Am I able to return the player based on the ID? How many objects I am creating? Only one object. I am creating only one object. With one object, how I am managing 3 players data? If else condition. I am creating only one player object. But if ID is equal to 7, in the player object I am setting Dhoni data. If ID is equal to 18, I am setting Kohli data. If ID is equal to 45, I am setting Rohit data. Now, when I run this program, when I call the M1 method, is it going to execute all the lines of the code? When I call this M1 method, is it going to execute all the lines of the code? No. Why? I am having a control statement. It is going to check condition. If a condition satisfied, then only these 3 lines will execute. If this condition not satisfied, it will check the second condition. If a second condition satisfied, then only these 3 lines will execute. If a second condition not satisfied, it will check third condition. If a third condition satisfied, then only these 3 lines will execute. Are you guys getting my point? My logic will be executed based on the condition. If condition. What is the purpose of if? To check a condition. If the condition satisfied, execute the statement. If a condition not satisfied, don't execute the statement. Now I have M1 method which is taking ID as a input. It is taking ID as a input and it is returning player as a output. Can I call the M1 method? Yes. How to call the M1 method? How to call the M1 method? Main method. Create the object. Driver D is equal to new driver. Why I am creating object for the driver? M1 method is an instance method available in the driver class. So that's why I'm able to create the object. Do I need to create the player object? Do I need to create the player object? No. Why? My method is not expecting the player. What my method is expecting? ID. Just it is expecting ID. So tell me how to call the method now. Tell me how to call the method now. D dot M1. D dot M1 of 7. Now, what is the return type of the method? Object. Can I store that into player P? Yes or no? Once I got this object, can I print the object data? Yes, p dot id plus p dot name plus p dot age. Got it? Now run the program. Am I able to get Dhoni data? Why I am getting only Dhoni data? Why not Kohli data? I am passing ID as a 7. So this condition satisfied. These values are stored into the player and it is returning the object with the Dhoni data. Clear, guys? So now if I pass it as a 45. Now run the program. What happened? I'm getting Rohit data. So when I call the M1 method with 45, some disturbance is there? No. When I call, too much high voice. When I call M1 method with 45, this method is getting called. In this method, player object is created. It is executing my code based on the condition. Now, can you tell me execution flow of this program? Yes. How many classes are available? There are two classes available. What are those two classes? One is a driver class, another one is a player class. One is a driver class, another one is a player class. I am running the program. In which class main method is available? Driver class. So JVM will load only driver, or JVM will load driver and player, driver and player. Why JVM will load both driver and player? Driver is using player. When the class is loading, it will load the dependent classes also. Driver class is dependent on the player class. So when you run this program, both classes will be loaded into the JVM. Where the classes code will be stored? Yes, here mainly this is divided into two parts. One is method area, another one is the heap area. What is the difference between method area and heap area? Classes code will be stored in the method area. Objects will be created in the heap area. So when this program is loaded, driver class code will be loaded to method area and player class also will be loaded to method area. Class code will be loaded to method area. After the class code is loaded to method area, then execution will start from the main method. What is the logic in the main method? Do we have any logic in the main method, or we don't have any logic in the main method? We have some logic in the main method. What is the logic in the main method? Object creation. What is the meaning of object creation? Memory allocation. First, which class object is created? Driver class object is created. Can I say here driver object is created? Yes, driver class object is created. That a driver class object is pointing to one variable called D. It is pointing to variable called D. What is the D? D is a reference variable. Where that D variable will be created? It is a local variable, na? It will create in the stack. Object will be created in the heap area. Local variable will be created in the stack memory. For every method, stack will be created. Now, for main method, stack will be created. Inside the stack, D will be stored. D is pointing to driver. Inside the driver class, do I have any instance variables? Inside the driver class, do I have any instance variable? No. What is there in the driver class? Main method available. M1 method is available. Inside the driver class, see here. Driver class is started here, starting point. This is the ending point of the driver, 31. Line number 3 to line number 31. That is my driver class. Are there any instance variables in the driver class? No. Are there any static variables in the driver class? No. Are there any instance methods available? Come on, man. Is there any instance method available? Yes. Is there any static method available? Yes. Yes. Main method is a static, na? Main method is a static method. M1 is a instance method. Inside the driver class, static variables are not available. Instance variables also not available. Only static method available, instance method available. How to call the static method? How to call the static method? By using class name. How to call the instance method? By using object name. Now here main method is static, M1 method is instance. But do I need to call the main method? JVM will call the main method. JVM will call the main method. Do I need to call the M1 method or JVM will call the M1 method? We need to call the M1 method. Why we need to call the M1 method? Why we need to call the M1 method? Because it is a user defined method. We need to call the M1 method. Where I need to call the M1 method? Inside the main method. Can you tell me what is the signature of the M1 method? What is the signature of the M1? Return type is a object. Parameter is a integer. So in order to call that method, I need to pass the integer value as the input. Now I am creating object for driver. Driver dot M1 of 45. What is that 45? What is that 45? 45 is a input for the M1 method. 45 is a method parameter, method argument. M1 method is expecting one number as the input. I am passing 45 as the input for the M1 method. Able to follow me? Yes. With this, M1 method is getting called. Okay. Program control from 7th line up, from the 7th line, it will go to 11th line. Why from 7th to 11th directly? Method is calling. I'm calling a method. From the line number 7, it will go to line number 11. Inside the line number 11, what is there? M1 is calling. For the M1, I am passing 45. So this 45 will be stored into ID variable. 45 will be stored into ID variable. Inside the M1, what I am doing? I am creating a player object. I am creating a player object. Now, player object is created like this, and it is pointing to a variable called P. Player object is pointing to variable called P variable. Now, whenever the player object is created, JVM will check, do we have any instance variables in the player class? Yes or no? Yes, we have instance variables in the player class. Then what will happen? Then what will happen? It will allocate the memory for the instance variable. Player object is created, memory will be allocated. ID, name, age. How many instance variables available? 3 instance variables available. So player object is created. This is a player object. Inside the player object, there are 3 instance variables available. Memory will be allocated for the 3 instance variable. Now see, these instance variables are initialized or not initialized? Not initialized. Then what JVM will do? Initialize with the default value. What is the default value for ID? 0. What is the default value for the name? Null. What is the default value for the age? 0. Why 0? Why not null? Age is a into type. Default values it is storing based on the data type of the variable. Age is a into type. Name is a string type. ID is a into type. Fine. Object is created. Memory allocated for the instance variables. Default values are stored into instance variable. Done. After this M1 method called, first line object created. What is the next line? What is the next line? ID is equal to 7. Can I say it is used to check the condition? Is this value equal to this value or not? What ID I have passed? What is there in the ID variable now? What is there in the ID variable? 45. Because I am passing the 45. That 45 I am passing as a parameter. That 45 stored into ID. 45 double equals to 7. Condition satisfied or condition not satisfied? Condition not satisfied. That means false. If it is false, is it going to execute this code? No. Then it will go for else if. If this condition not satisfied, else if id double equal to 18, 45 double equal to 18, then no, then it will become false. So this code will execute, no, then it will go for third condition, 45 double equal to 45, condition satisfied or not? True, condition satisfied. If this condition satisfied, what will happen? These three lines will execute. What is that? P dot id is equal to 45. What is the meaning of that? I am reinitializing the id variable with which value? 45. P dot name is equal to Rohit. Name is reinitialized with the Rohit. P dot age is equal to 38. Age is reinitialized with the 38. Now, what are the values available in the id name age? ID is 45, name is Rohit, age is 38. Who reinitialized the variables? M1 method. Who reinitialized the variables? M1 method reinitialized the variables. After this line of code is executed, then what M1 method is doing? Return P. What is the meaning of return P? It is returning a person object. Who is calling M1? Who is calling M1? Main method. M1 is giving the return value to whom? Main method. Whoever calls the M1, for them, M1 is giving the player object. So M1 is returning the player object. Can I store that return value into another variable? Yes or no? I am call simple, man. If you call string dot length, it is giving a length of the string. You can store into int variable. Now I am calling M1. What M1 is giving? Player object. Can I store the player object into a variable? Yes, yes. Now p dot id, what I will get? 45. Why 45 is already stored? P dot name, what I will get? Rohit. P dot age, what I will get? 38. Now run the program. Run the program. I'm getting the same output. Are you able to understand the internals? Yes, object is creating, memory is allocating. Based on the condition, I'm initializing the variables of the object. Based on the condition, I am doing the initialization because my requirement is that you need to return the player data based on the player ID. You need to return the player data based on the player ID. Understood? Yes, very good. How many of you done this correctly? How many of you done this correctly? Yesterday only you have done that? In the class only. Very good. Default value. 0 null 0. Why? Because object is creating now. See here, I'm giving 55 as an input. Is there any condition satisfying? No. Everything will become false value. If everything is become false value, player object already created, default values will be available. 0 null 0 we are going to get. Default values of the instance variables. Got it? Okay. Fine. Now, can I give one more requirement? Can I give one more requirement? Yes. This time, don't to take two classes. Don't to take two classes. Take only one class. One class is sufficient. Okay, na? Good. Driver class is not required now. Driver class is not required now. You can write inside the another class also. Na? In the player also you can write a main method. In the any class you can write the main method. Write a Java program. Write a Java program to return university data based on university ID or based on university ID. Okay. If it is 101, then give the data as Oxford. If it is 102, give the data as Stanford. If it is 101, you should return 101 comma Oxford. If it is 102, you need to give it as 102 comma Stanford. ID is 101, name is Stanford. Yes, yes. Write a Java program to return university data. Write a Java method basically. Write a Java method to return university data based on university ID. No need to write the two classes. One class is sufficient. You can just take a university class. Main method, M1 method, both you can write inside the university. Driver class are not required. It is optional. Write a Java method to return university data based on university ID. Write a Java program or Java method to return university data based on university ID. Driver class not required. Only with one class you can do that. Only with one class you can do that. Then good. I will write it. Good, sir. No problem. Now, see here. Write a Java method to return university data based on the university ID. I am going to create a separate class called university.java. Can I take a class with a name called university? Yes or no? I'm taking a class with a name called university. Inside this class, can I take the properties, integer ID and a string name? Got it? Now, can I write a method called universe? Inside the same class, I am writing the method. Earlier, we have written the method in the driver class. Now I can write the method in the same class. University M1. What is the input I need? ID, integer ID. Now, can I create the object for this? University, university U is equal to new university. University U is equal to new university. U da if ID equal to 101, then what I will do? U dot ID is equal to 101. U dot name is equal to Oxford. Got it? Now, suppose else if ID is equals to 102, then U dot ID is equal to 102 and U dot name is equal to Stanford. Stanford. Then finally, I am going to return university object. Are you guys clear with my logic? Any difficulty? No. The only difference between previous examples and this examples is driver class. Previously, we have created the M1 method in the driver class. But now we are creating the M1 method inside the university class only. Class university, integer ID, string name. University M1. What is university here? What is university here? It is my method return type. What is M1? Method name. What is ID? Method parameter. What I am doing here? Object creation. What I am doing here? Condition checking. If ID double equals to 101, I am storing Oxford data in the university object. If ID double equals to 102, I am storing Stanford data. Finally, I am returning U object. Okay. Now, can I run this program or I cannot run this program? I cannot run. Why? Main method not available. Can I write a main method? Can I write the main method before M1? Can I write after M1? Yes, method can be anywhere in the class. The order of the methods is not important. Got it? I can write the main method before the M1 or after the M1 also. Now, how to write a main method? Yes, completed. Okay. Now, can I make this method as a static also? How many types of methods we can take? Two. What are the two types of methods? Instance methods and static methods. Now, M1 is a static method or M1 is a instance method. M1 is a static method. How can you say that it is a static method? I have used static keyword. I have used static keyword. Now, how to call the static method? By using class name. What is the class name? University. University dot M1. What it is expecting? ID. What is the ID? 101. Now, M1 method giving anything or M1 method not giving anything? It is giving the object. What object? What is the return type of the M1? Come on, guys. What is the return type of M1? M1 method is returning university object. Can I store the M1 return value into a variable? Can I store M1 return value into a variable? Yes. What is the return value of the M1? University object. Can I store that into a variable? Yes. How can I store that into a variable? University U is equal to university dot M1. Is that valid? Is that valid? Yes. Can I print the data? System dot out dot println U dot ID plus U dot name. U dot ID plus U dot name. Now, can I run this program? How many classes available? Only one class is available. Run this program now. Are we able to get the data? Yes, good. Directly you can call the M1 also because it is in the same class. Guys, now here how I am calling the M1 method? How I am calling the M1 method? By using class name. Calling method, caller method, both are in the same class. Then using the class name is optional. Using the class name is optional. When class name is optional for calling the static methods, when the caller method and calling method both are in the same class, then class name is optional. Main method, M1 method, both are in the same class. So directly I can call the static method. No need to use the class name also. Understand? Good. Yes, you have. If it is instance, you have to create the object. In the same class, you have to create the object. Got it? Suppose I am going to do like this. Come on, guys. See here. See here. Void, sorry, not void, string M2. String M2. Now I'm going to take string S is equal to hello. Return yes. Is it valid? Is this method valid or invalid? Yes. What is the method name? M2. What is the return type? String. It is returning a string value. This method is a static method or this method is an instance method? Instance method. How to call the instance method now? By creating the object. Do I have the object already? This is object only, na? Listen. You no need to create because this method already given the object for you, right? Can I say what is u? Variable. What is the value available in the u object? What is the value available in the u variable? Object only. Object only. Now see here. This line and university u1 is equal to new university. Both are same. Both are same. Why? Here you are creating the object manually by using new operator. Here we are creating the object manually by using new operator. But here M1 method is giving the object for you. That object only you are storing in the u variable now. So u variable holding university object. U1 variable also holding university object only. Simple example, man. There is a bottle. I am giving you the bottle. You are getting the bottle from somebody. Both are bottles only. I am giving you directly, or else you can take it from here. In this scenario, what is happening? In the line number 7, am I creating the object? M1 method creating the object and giving me. M1 method is creating the object and it is returning the object. That object I am storing into u variable. So what is the value available in the u variable? Object only. What I have done in the line number 8, I am creating directly. In the line number 8, I am creating the object directly. In the line number 7, I am not creating. M1 is creating the object and M1 is giving the object. M1 may give or M2 may give or somebody can give. I got object. By using that object, can I call the instance method? Can I call the instance method? Simple. Don't get confused. See here. I'm taking string s is equal to Ashok IT. String s is equal to Ashok IT. S is what? S is a variable. What is the value available in the S variable? Okay, the string is available. If the string is available, can I call a length method? What this length method is giving me? Number. Can I store that into integer I? Yes. Now what I will do is s dot substring of 2. S dot substring of 2. What will happen? from 2 to end. What it is giving me? Substring. So what is the return type of the substring method? String only, right? Can I store that into S1 variable? Then here I am directly storing the string into S variable. Here, am I storing the string into S1 directly, or substring method is giving the string? Substring is giving the string. When substring is giving the string, by using this S1 also, can I call the length method? Can I call the length method? Now what is the return type? Integer J. Same thing I am doing. In this scenario, in the S variable, what I am doing? I am storing the string value. But in the S1 variable, am I storing the string? Substring is storing the string. Substring is storing the string. S is holding string object. S1 also holding the string object only, na? Are you getting my point? What is the value? Repair aa gaya bhai. Yeah, observe carefully. What is the value available in the S variable? Forget about Ashok IT, yaar. String. What is the value available in the S variable? String. I am storing the string into S variable directly. So S is a variable which is holding string object. Can I say like that? S is a variable which is holding string object. Now, what is the value available in the S1? String only. How can you say that it is holding string only? I am not storing the string directly. I am calling a method. That method is returning the string. That string is stored into S1 variable. Are you guys getting the clarity? So S is holding a string object. S1 also holding the string object. Now, with this knowledge, can you tell me what is the value available in the U1? What is the value available in the U1? U1 is a variable. U1 is holding what? Object. U1 is a variable. What is the purpose of equals, man? What is the purpose of equals? Equals is used for assignment. Equals is used for assignment. Now, here, what is the value available in the U1? Object. What is the value available in the U? Object only. Confused, huh? What is the value available in the S1? How can you say that string? Where am I storing the string here? No. I'm calling this method, right? I'm calling this method. What is that method is returning? String. That means whenever you call the method return value will be stored into this variable. Whenever you call a method, like if I do like this, then what is the meaning of that? It is holding a string. Instead of this, if I do like this, substring method is returning what? String only. That means this, whatever the method you call to, this substring, whatever the output you will get with this method, that output will be stored into S1. Got it? Now similarly, let me go here. Simple. You need to understand this as this. Directly I am storing the value into the variable. Directly I am storing the value to S variable. Directly I am creating the object and storing into U1 variable. So this is equal to string. S is equal to Ashok IT. In the S variable, I'm storing the value directly. Here in the U1 variable, I am creating the object directly. Okay. Now here, suppose if I take string S1 is equal to S dot substring of 2. What is the meaning of S dot substring of 2? 0, 1, 2. So this value will be stored into S1. method I'm calling. Whatever the value is returned by the method, that value will be stored into S1. Got it? Now, what I am doing here? What I am doing here? M1 of 101. Why? What M1 method is doing? What is M1 method? I am calling M1. What is my M1 doing? Returning the object. So can I say that whatever the object returned by the M1, that object is storing into U variable? Yes, which object is storing into U variable? University object. So here, instead of I am creating the object directly, I am calling the M1 method. M1 method is giving a object, that is university object. What is the return type of the M1? University. M1 method I am calling, M1 method is returning university object. That university object I stored into U variable. Now, by using this U variable, can I call M2? Yes, 100% valid. 100% valid, because M2 is a instance method. How I am calling that instance method? By using object. Am I creating the object, or I am getting the object? I am getting the object. From where I am getting the object? From the M1. Simple example. Simple example. I want one car. I want one car. Can I go to showroom? Can I manufacture the car? No. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I want a bike. Can I manufacture the bike? No. What I will do? I will go to bike factory or bike showroom. I will purchase the bike. That concept is called factory design pattern in the Java. What is that? Factory design pattern. That nothing but I need one object, but I will not create the object. I will get the object from someone. Now I want the university object. Am I creating the university object, or am I getting the university object? I am getting the university object. Who is giving me the university object? M1 method is giving me university object. Once I got the university object, using that object, can I call the instance methods of that object? Yes or no? I got the university object. Using that university object, I can call the instance methods of that object. Now, observe this code. First line, I am having a university class. Inside the university class, I have two variables. Then I have a main method. What I am doing inside the main method? I am calling M1. M1 is a normal method. M1 is a static method. M1 is a static method. M1 is a static method. What is the return type of the M1? University. So can I store that M1 return value to U variable? Yes. U is a variable which is holding university object. So now by using this U, can I call M2? M2 is what type of method? M2 is a instance method. How I am calling the instance method? By using object. Am I creating the object for university, or I am getting the university object from M1? Getting from the M1. Run this program. What is the output? Can you tell me what is the output? 101 Oxford and hello. Right. See here. Hello. Nahi aayega. Why? What is M2 returning? Am I storing that string? Am I printing that string? That's why it is not printing. Got it? M2 method you called. It is returning the value. But are you storing that value? No. Can I store that value? String str. Can I store like this? Yes. Can I print it now? Str. Got it? Run this program. Are we able to get the output? So whenever you call the method, that method will give you some output. That output you can store into a variable. Look at this program. Confusing, huh? Confusing, huh?
It was an instance for the method, not the static method, the previous one, which was the method. A university gateway. See, it is an instant method. For this, I have created an object. In that object, I have called the method. I have stored in another object. My question is, because but it's second method in which we are programming, in which we are giving a string of output. So with you, I shall call that method, or with y, I shall.
You can call with anything. Output will be same because u and u1, to u and y. These two are the variables holding the same class object. Na? You can call the m2 by using u, or you can call by using y also. Output will be same. Not required.
If this is not required.
This this is required because first you need to call this method. Na? For that you need to create the object. You can do one thing. Na? After creating the object, you can remove this and you can directly do like this. Reinitialize कर सकते हैं उसको. Guys, are you clear how to call the static methods, how to call the instance methods? Don't ask me, sir, when to use instance method, when to use a static method. That is dur ka baat hai. Right? First we need to understand the language fundamentals. First of all, what is static method? What is instance method? How to write the static method? How to write the instance method? How to call the static method? How to call the instance method? What is the method parameter? What is the method return type? After calling the method, what value it is giving? How to store the return value of the method? We are understanding the basics of the methods. Where to use which method, when to go for static, when to go for instance. Can you tell the real-time scenario? This is not the right time. Okay, fine. Once we go to the project development, at that time I can tell you when to take instance method and when to take the static method. First understand the fundamentals, basics, syntaxes you have to understand. Got my point? Yes. Guys, we have done lot of scenarios on the methods. Sufficient? No. Guys, can anyone, can you write this code on the paper and can you show me? Anything. I want in the one program, one single class you need to take. One single class should have the two methods. One method should take two person objects as input. Another method should give me three person objects as the output. One class, just one class. एक ही class पे लिखो. Huh? You can write two separate methods. Na? You can take M1, M2. M1 method will take the input, M2 method will give the output. One class, एक ही class. एक ही क्लास पे लिखो, पर्सन क्लास पे लिखो. You can take it. Whatever you want, you write it. सही है भाई, सही है.
इसको keep on.
Write a Java program with two methods. Let me give the requirement clearly. One second, hold on guys. Write a Java class with two methods. Okay, one method should take, first method should take two person objects as input. Second method should give, second method should give three person objects as output. That is my requirement. Try this. Online students also, I want you people to write this program by using one class, not two classes. In this एक ही class पे करना पड़ेगा. You are learning a language. Write a Java class with two methods. First method should take two person objects as input. Second method should give three person objects as output. First method should take two person objects as input. Second method should give three person objects as output. Up try karo, whatever you want. Object only you have to pass the parameters. शुभम क्या कर रहे हैं? हेल्प कहाँ मिलेगा आपको? इस this requirement will not be there in the internet also. फोन में भी कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. In the internet also you will not get this requirement ना, नहीं मिलेगा. This is user defined requirement. Suppose if you want to reverse a string, that program you can get in the internet. How you will search this in the Google? नहीं मिलेगा. Person class you have taken, driver class, driver D is equal to new driver, D dot M1, D dot M2, D dot M3. No, you have written a method. That method is returning only one object. Na, I want one method should return three objects. Before question కూడా ఇలానే ఉంది కదా. Methods ఒక క్లాస్ లోనే మీరు రాసిన మెథడ్ M1 మెథడ్ ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఇస్తుంది, M2 మెథడ్ ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఇస్తుంది, M3 మెథడ్ ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఇస్తుంది. మూడు మెథడ్స్ రాశారు, కానీ ఒకటే మెథడ్ నుంచి నాకు మూడు ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ కావాలి. Got it? One method should give me three objects, guys. One method should give me three objects. Simple, man. Can I give you one pen? Can I give you one pen from my pocket? Can I give two pens at a time? Can I give three pens at a time? Same thing. I want a method which will give me three persons at a time. I want one method which will give me three persons at a time. दिमाग लगा के सोचो. हाँ, अगर आप बुक पे लिखते हैं ना, आपको प्रैक्टिस अच्छे से होता है. रिवीजन होता है भाई. Satya, you are right. Online people already gave the answer. They typed in the chat box. Satya Raut, your answer is correct. Show me. Next exam will be blast for you. Next exam completely on the methods only. Tomorrow Saturday, I will prepare the question paper tomorrow. Next exam, not on the book. Next exam on the laptop.
First one is not nothing regarding void equals percent P. I'm just printing ID and
Can you read what is the requirement? First method should take 2% objects as input.
oh, so I have mixed the whole requirement. I have taken the
No, this is wrong and this is also wrong. Both are wrong.
first should take 2% objects input.
Two objects should take as input. How many objects you are taking?
Class object.
Only one. Na?
Class object.
Class matlab the P. How many objects you can pass at a time? Whenever you are calling M1 method, how many objects you are passing? एक ही object pass कर सकते हो आप. एक ही object pass कर सकते हो. Yeah, you can sit. I will explain. I'm talking about two persons, Raju, Rani. Two objects होता है ना? You have taken only one person P. Right. That is one way. There is another way also. If you write person P1 comma person P2, if in future I may change my requirement. I want to pass 10 objects as a input. What is the difference whether it is a two classes or one class? No, that is not the right approach. Easiest approach is you are missing. Can I write it? Write a Java class with two methods. Method name can be anything. Let's take it as M1, M2. M1 method should take 2% objects as input and take M2 second method. M2 method should give 3% objects as output. Revise our previous classes. Only with OOPS concepts you can't do. You need to go back to your previous sessions also. Completed?
Two objects as input, three methods as output.
क्या लिखा है यार आप कहाँ है? What is this?
Two methods as
No, can you read it? Int ID?
string brand.
String. These are two parameters. I told 3% objects.
Person objects.
This is wrong. What are you doing? What is the method which return 3 objects?
So return method we should write.
It is wrong. हो गया? हो गया? Show me.
I will try. Second.
सही है भाई, सही किया. Clap. He has done correctly. Okay, done. Wait, no need to write the logic, man. I just want the signature of the method. I don't bother about the body. Body is not important for me. No, man. What is the return type? How many objects it can return? one. How can you pass return P1 comma P2 comma P3? Galti hai na? This is taking only one na. I will tell you. You are missing. Okay, guys, chalo. No. Can I start? Chalo. What is my first requirement? First method should take two person objects as the input. All of you observe. Close your books. Can I write this in two ways? What are the two way? Approach one. Okay. Void M1. Can I take like this person P1 comma person P2? खत्म हो गया. How many objects my method is taking? P1 comma P2. So when I am calling the M1 method, what I need to do? I need to pass two objects, P1 comma P2. Completed. Can I do this in the second approach? Can I do this in the same requirement in the second approach? Approach 2. Void M1 magic. What is the meaning of array? Multiple values you can supply. That's it. If I take an array, you can pass 10 objects, you can pass 20 objects, you can pass 1000 objects also. I told you, only Boop's concepts will not help you. You need to go back to your previous classes. Now, second method should give 3 person objects as the output. What I need to do? Why if else? That's it. Person array is a return type. When person array is a return type, that method can return any number of objects. He has done this. My method return type is not just person. If I take just person, what is the meaning of that? It can return how many objects? Only one object. If I take array, multiple. What is the simple? If I take integer I, how many values I can store? One value. If I take integer array, 1, 2, 3, 4, multiple values. Instead of taking a person object, I'm taking person array. Why array? You can pass more than one value. We studied arrays. You understood arrays, but you don't know where to use the arrays. Got it? Yes. Let's write this program. Yes. Don't feel bad, guys. Don't feel bad. I know that. At this level, understanding that requirement is difficult. Slowly you have to learn that. Now you got the perfect clarity. When to go for array? When you want to represent more than one value. It can be a primitive value. It can be a referenced value also. When you want to represent more than one value, then you can go for array concept. All right. Let me create a class called person. Okay. My class is person. Inside the person, can I take integer ID? Can I take integer name? Sorry, string name. Int ID, string name. Int ID, string name. Can I write a method void M1? Void M1. For this M1 method, can I take person P1 comma person P2? What my M1 method is expecting? P1 object and P2 object. Can I do like this? System.out.println P1.id plus P1.name. Similarly, system.out.println P2.id plus P2.name. P2.id, P2.name. Now, M1 method is available. Can I call this M1 method? Yes or no? Now this M1 method is a instance method or static method? Instance method. To call the instance method, what is required? Object is required. Okay. Person P is equal to new person. Person P is equal to new person. Now, can I directly call M1 dot, sorry, P dot M1? Can I directly call P dot M1, or M1 is expecting some input? What is the input it is expecting? Object. What object? Person object. How many objects? Two objects it is expecting. Can I pass like this P comma P? Valid? Valid. Valid only, man. Valid. Why it is valid? What is the type of the parameter? Person object. What is the P? P is a what variable? P is a variable which is holding person object. It is expecting two person objects. These variables can be anything. It can be A, it can be B also. I have taken P1 comma P2. I have taken P1 comma P2. P is a object. P is a object. P is a variable holding person object. What is M1 expecting? One person object, another person object. Two person objects it is expecting 1 comma 1. Person comma person. Can I pass P comma P? Yes. If I execute, what is the output? 0 null, 0 null. See this? 0 null, 0 null. Why 0 null, 0 null? Why 0 null, 0 null? I am passing person object. P I am passing, P I am passing. When I create the object, what will happen? Instance variables will be initialized with the default values. I am passing 2. Instead of this, we can do like this also. Person P1 is equal to new person. New person. P1 dot ID is equal to 101. P1 dot name is equal to some Raju. Okay. Next one, what I will do? Person P2 is equal to new person. P2 dot ID is equal to 102. P2 dot ID is equal to 102. P2 dot name is equal to some Rani. Now, can I call P1 comma P2? Yes. Now, what is P1? What is P1? Raju object. What is P2? Rani object. What is P? That is also P, P1, P2. Three variables holding person object only. Okay. If I run this program, what is the output? Simple. Understand the flow. Understand the flow, guys. See this. Method area, stack area, heap. What is this? Method area, and it is stack area, and this is heap area. What is the difference between, guys, don't make noise, observe. What is the difference between method area, stack area, heap area? Class code will be available, method execution data will be available, objects will be available. Class code will be stored in the method area. Method execution will be there in the stack area. Objects will be created on the heap area. Okay. How many classes are available? How many classes are available? Only one class. So that one class will be loaded to method area. So can I call it as a person? Can I call it as a person? Yes, person. The class code is loaded to the person. Next one, execution details. Execution starting from where? Execution starting from main. So in the stack, what will happen? Main method execution will be available. What is there inside the main method? I'm creating object. Which object I'm creating? Person object. Person object I'm creating. It is pointing to. It is pointing to a variable called P. It is pointing to a variable called P. What is the values available? Instance variables available in the P na? What are the instance variables? ID, name. Am I initializing or default values will come? Default values will come. Person P is equal to new person. Object is created, variable is available. Instance variables available in the class, instance variables initialized with the default value. Okay, after that what I am doing? I'm creating one more object for the same class. Can I say here can I say object 1 created, object 1 created? Can I say here object 2 created? Can I say object 2 created? Yes, object 2 created. I can call this as, can I call this as a P1? Can I call this as a P1? Yes or no? I can call this as a P1. Here also what will happen? ID and a name. What is the ID I am storing? 102. What is the name I am storing? Raju. P variable holding default values. P1 variable holding 101 and Raju. Then what is this? What is this? What I am doing here? Object 3 created. Object 3 created. Now one more object is created. One more object created and it is pointing to which variable? It is pointing to which variable? It is pointing to P2 variable. What is the data I am storing in the P2? 102 and Rani. Okay, are you able to understand the 3 lines of code? Here, now 102, okay. 102 and Rani. Good. Now, main method is available. Inside the main method, line number 14, first person object is created. I am not initializing the variables. So, default values will be available. What are the default values? 0 and null. Here 0 will be available and null will be available. I am not initializing. After that, what I am doing? Person P1 is equal to new person. Then what happened? P1 object is created. P1 is a variable which is holding person object. By using P1, P1.id is equal to 101, P1.name is equal to Raju. So inside the P1, 101 is available and Raju is available. After this, what I am doing? Person P2 is equal to new person. Can I say third object is created? Can I say third object is created? What is the data available? 102 and Rani. After this code is completed, what is this? What I am doing now? P.M1. Can I call P1.m1? Is it valid? Can I call P.m1? Can I call P1.m1? Can I call P2.m1? Anything you can use because P1, P2 holding which class object? Person class object. M1 method available in the which class? Person class only. Able to follow me? Here I can call P.m1 or P1.m1 or P2.m1. If I call P.m1 or P1.m1 or P2.m1, output will change or output will not change. Output will change or output will not change? Will not change. Output will not change. Why? Because I need person class object to call the M1 method. M1 is a instance method. That instance method available in the person class. P is a variable holding which class object? P variable holding person class object. P1 variable also holding person class object. P2 class also holding person class object. Got my point? Either you can call the M1 method with P or M1 method with P1 or M1 method with P2. Why? Because all these variables are holding same class object. That method is also available in the same class. By using any variable, you can call the M1 method. What are the parameters I am passing for M1? What are the parameters I am passing for the M1? P1 and P2. What is the data in the P1? 101 and Raju. What is the data in the P2? 102 and Rani. So when I execute M1, P1 object data it is printing, P2 object data it is printing. Run this program. Am I able to get Raju, Rani? For example, if I pass P comma P1, if I pass P comma P1, what is the output? 0 null, 101 Raju. Are you sure? Why we will get 0 null? What is the P? What is the data in the P variable? Default value. So here, first object M1 method is taking P. First parameter will be P. P dot ID, P dot name. P dot ID is 0, P dot name is a null value. Next one is P1. When I pass P1 here, P1 dot ID, P1 dot name. Then what will happen? 101 and Raju. Can we see the output now? Yes. 0 null, 101 Raju. Are we getting the expected output? Yes. For example, if I pass P2 comma P, what is the output? Sorry, 102 Rani, 0 null. Perfect. Now you got it. Got it? 102 Rani, 0 and null. Because P2, whatever the P2 object I am passing, it will store in the first position. Okay, that is holding the Rani data. Whatever the P I am passing, it will go to the second position. That data will print the default value. Understood? So like this, we need to play with the objects. Java is a object-oriented programming language. Everything will be represented in the form of objects. Got it? Now, you have seen the signature of the method. Can you write the logic for this? I have given the clue. I have given the signature. Can you write the body for this method? M2 method body, can you write? Done na? I will say. Remaining people do that. Do that. M1 method logic I have written. M1 method logic I have written. Okay. This is the logic for the M1 method. Can you write the logic for M2 method? I have given the syntax also. You need to write the logic inside the M2. Based on the signature, read this. Second method should give 3 person objects as output. Write the logic for that. This is the last example on the methods. Come on. This is the last example on the methods. Write it. Apply your common sense and write the logic for the method. I have given the signature also. I have given the signature also. Come on. Within 2 minutes, you should complete that. Your method should return exactly 3 person objects. Good. Guys, initially it will be a little confusing. You can sit down, man. You can sit down. I will write the code. You can compare. Guys, tomorrow you need to practice all the examples on the methods, because tomorrow I will start the new topic. By tomorrow you need to complete all the methods practices. Tomorrow I will start the new topic. Tomorrow I will start the constructors. हो गया? क्या प्रॉब्लम? समझ में नहीं आ रहा? कर सकते हैं. It will, if you create with the for loop na, same data it will store in the 3 objects.
Three data will be run in the program. Backside the program. Logic is the backside.
हाँ, ये तो सही है. But why are you writing for loop?
Sir, for printing, sir, ये जो
No, not up to here. This is correct. This is correct. No need to write this for loop. Okay, not required.
for loop, answer will be correct.
Yes, you can print. You are printing the data. Okay, guys, see here. Okay, can you tell me what is the requirement? Hey, देखो यार, they have written the logic. हाँ, पर लूप लगाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. And why you are taking string str parameter, man? Satya Rao, get object by name. No need to take the parameter, na. Parameter not required. See, he is writing a method with the person array. P1 object is created, P2 object is created, P3 object created, person array created, P1, P2, P3 person array पे store किया, array return कर दिया था. That's it. That is the logic. Easy. Understood? आपका correct? Good. Fine. See here, let me write it. Satya, if you want to filter the object, yes, you can do it. मुझे लग रहा है सत्य ऑलरेडी कोर जावा कर चुका है भाई. यस. इसका कोर जावा ऑलरेडी खत्म हुआ. हाँ. Right. Now, see here. What is the requirement? Can you? I have already given the syntax. You just need to write the logic for that. Right? Method should give me three person objects as output. Okay. So can I take one method as M2? What is the return type of the method? How many objects? 3 objects. 3 objects means if I take person like this, how many objects it can give? It can give only one object. If I take just person class, that means it can give me one object. If I take array, any number, it can give one person, or it can give 2 persons, it can give 3 persons, it can give 100 persons also. I'm taking person array. Now inside this, can I do like this? Person P1 is equal to new person. Now can I do like this? Can I set the data? P1 dot id is equal to 101. P1 dot name is equal to some Raju. Okay, you are bored with Raju, huh? Raju name always. What name? Tell me some other name then. P1 dot id is equal to 102. P2 dot name is equal to some Rani. 2 objects are created. Okay, this is one object and this is another object. Now let's go for person P3 is equal to new person. P1 dot id is equal to some 103. Sorry, P3. Here also P2. Sorry. P3 dot id is equal to 103. P3 dot name is equal to some Anil. Something. Okay. How many objects I have created? 3 objects I have created. Person P1, person P2, and person P3. What is my method return type? Person array. Now, can I create a person array like this? Person array is equal to P1 comma P2 comma directly I am storing. Directly I am storing. Then what I am going to return? Array. Got it? So is my implementation satisfying the requirement? Can you read the requirement? Second method should give me 3 person objects as output. Now when I call the M2, what will happen? When I call M2, what is M2 returning? Array. P1, P2, P3. How many objects it is returning? 3 objects it is returning. Can I call this method now? Can I call this method now? How to call this method? What is this method? Instance or static? Instance. How to call the instance method? Object. What is the object? Which object? I can use P, or I can use P2, or I can use P1. All are person objects only, right? Now, can I call P dot M2? What is the return type? Nulla. What is the return type of M2? Object array. Can I store that in the object array? How to store it? Can I store person P? No. What is the return type of the M2? Person array. So where I need to store it? Person array. That's it. When I call P dot M2, what is the M2 method returning? M2 method is returning the array. So that array I am storing into a variable. M2 method is giving array, man. That array I am storing into a variable. Now, can I print the data? 3 objects are available. Can I print 3 objects data? Can you write the logic? Yeah, come on, do that. Yeah, you have done that. You already have a person array. In that array, how many objects are available? 3 objects. Can you print 3 objects data now? Sir, कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा है sir. That also you can do. Can you do? You can do that by using arrays.toString. You can do that by using for loop. You can do that by using for each loop also, na? Yes. You are able to iterate the array. When I have given integer array, you are able to iterate. Instead of integer array, I'm giving person array. That's it. Oops are easy or difficult? How can you tell you that? We are not entered into oops. Huh? Oops start हुआ start नहीं हुआ. Whoops are not started. Whoops are not started. What we are discussing? Methods. We are discussing methods. Whoops are not started. Whoops will start mostly on the Wednesday. People are saying that whoops are difficult. You did not start the whoops. Whoops are not started. We are in the methods only. Yeah, see, Sita Ramaya has done the logic already. He is using for each loop. That is correct. That also we can do. Yes. If you print array of I, yes, that variable values will be printed. But for you, if you print array of I, object will be printed, not data. Can I do this? Yes. See here. What is the data I have? When I call M2 method, what M2 method has given me? M2 method has given me object array. So how to print array data? Simple, man. If I give you one integer array x is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3, how you will print it? How you will print this integer array? Can you print like this? For loop integer I colon x, integer I colon x, and can you print like this? Valid or not? Yes, x is a array. In the x is a integer array. X variable value, x array. Each value from the x I am getting storing into I variable. I am printing it. But now I don't have the integer array. I have the person array. So what I will get when I get the person array? Person array some y person colon array. Got it? Understood? When I go for integer array in the x, first value is the int value, second value also int value, third value also int value. Every int value I am getting from the array, I am storing in the variable, I am printing the variable value. But here what I am doing? Array is holding person objects. Array person. Now here what I will do? System.out.println person.id plus person dot name. That's it. So what this logic will do? What this logic is going to do now? What this logic will do? P dot M2. What is the meaning of P dot M2? I am calling the M2 method. What is M2 method giving me? Object array. That is a person object array. Once I got the person object array, can I iterate the array by using for each loop? This is one approach. What is the second approach? For loop. Integer I is equal to 0. Array dot I less than array dot length I plus plus. Here what I can do now? System dot out dot println of array of I. Just I or I dot id. I dot id. Array of I dot name. That's it. This is the second approach. What is the third approach? Simply system dot out dot println arrays dot toString of array. Okay. These are the three ways. These are the three ways. Now run the program. Array Baba, 1 minute. What happened here? If I use arrays dot toString, object toString is printed. toString is printed. We need to get the data. So here person object 1, person object 2, person object 3. This output we got from the for each loop, and this output we got from the for loop. 3 objects are there. 3 objects data I am printing. Okay, I can comment this, or else this is easy to comment. Okay, this also I am commenting, or else usko nikal de. Yes, this is the program for the requirement which I have given today, that we will discuss in the coming sessions. Look at this. M2. Look at the M2 method. Greek and Latin. Is it looking like a Greek and Latin? 3 objects we created. 3 objects we stored in the array. Array we are returning. That's it. Yes, M2 method. Please observe the M2 method once again. Please observe M2 method. Sir, why to return array? Why to return the array? See here, when you go to our online training schedules, one row is displaying or multiple rows are displaying for you. One row is displaying or multiple rows are displaying? Multiple rows. Every row is called as one object. Every row is called as one object. Okay. Any application, if you take any application, whenever there is a table, you will return multiple objects from the method. Got my point? So here course schedule is displaying, timetable is displaying. In the timetable, one row is available or multiple rows are available? Multiple rows are available. Can I consider this as one row? Can I consider this one row as a one object? Can I consider this second row as one object? Third row as one object? Fourth row as one object? Fifth row as one object? Sixth row, seventh row? So how many objects it is returning? 7 objects it is returning. How one method can return the 7 objects? By taking array. By taking the array. Now, if you go to our project also, yeah, if you go to our project also, in the project, can you see view applications? How many rows are coming? 3 rows are coming. That means How many objects that method is returning? 3 objects. Every object contain serial number, case number, name, mobile number, gender, SSN. How many properties are available? 6 properties are available. That means class contains 6 variables. For that class, 3 objects created. That method returned 3 objects as one array. Whenever from now onwards, wherever you see the table data, every row you need to consider as one object. Every row you need to consider as one object. So my table contains 3 rows. That means whenever I click on view application, one method is called. That method has given me data. How many objects data I am getting? 3 objects. How can you say that I am getting 3 objects? There are 3 rows available. Now let me go for determine eligibility. Click on this button. What happened here? 3 rows. Every row contain multiple values. Every row contain multiple values, and I got the 3 rows. Nothing but 3 objects. Let me go to reports. Here, how many rows available? 2 rows. What is the meaning of 2 rows? 2 objects. Okay. When your method should return array of objects. When our method should return multiple objects as a array. Yes, when you want to send more than one object, then you need to take the method return type as a object array. When your method will take parameter as a array, simple. What is the parameter of the main method? String array. What is the meaning of that? Multiple string values you can pass as a input for the main method from the command prompt. Then what is the parameter of the M1, P1 comma P2? Instead of P1 comma P2, can I take it as a person array? Can I take it as a person array? Yes, we can do that. Look at the M1 method. Look at the M1 method. P1 comma P2. Yes. Now look at the M2. 3 objects I'm returning as an array. How I am calling the methods? This is P1 object. This is P2 object. I'm calling the M1 with P1 comma P2. M1 with P1 comma P2. Person array MP dot M2. What is the return type of M2? Person array. Array data I am printing by using for each loop or for loop. For each loop I am using basically. For each loop I am using here. Good. Understood? Any confusion? Anybody not able to understand anything? Anybody not able to understand anything? So tomorrow, should I conduct an exam on the methods or I should go for a new concept? Sunday exam. Okay. Tomorrow, shall I start the new topic? The new topic, what I am starting tomorrow, that will take 2 to 3 days of time because we need to understand constructors. The next topic is constructors. After the constructors, that inheritance, polymorphism, abstract classes, interfaces, packages, access modifiers will be available. So another 1 week to 10 days it will take for completing the OOPs. Actual OOPs are not started. We understood methods only. I hope you got the clarity on the methods. You are able to write the methods with the primitive types. When it comes to the object, you are getting confused. And that to object array, you are getting confused. When to take array? More than one value. Array can be a primitive type or array can be a reference type. Today we are using reference type array, person array. What is the meaning of a person array? More than one person object we can store in the array. Here what I am doing? P1, P2, P3, those are storing in the array. What is the data type of the array? person. So that is a object array. I'm storing 3 person objects in the array. I will upload this program. So please practice these examples before coming to tomorrow's session. Completely, you spend your time today night, tomorrow till evening, work on the methods only. So if you go to our class notes, whatever the methods we have implemented, all the methods are available. Please develop, please write all these methods in your IDE. All these programs you have to practice for today. So fine. Tomorrow I will start with the constructors concept. Thank you guys.